Hello everybody, it's Sarah here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to another Sims 4 speed build. So today we're building this tiny invisible house, and basically this was inspired by a house that I saw on Pinterest which had mirrors surrounding the sides, and I don't know about the top, but it was around the sides, and it kind of gave this illusion of being like invisible because it blends in with the scenery and you don't really see the house. So I thought that was really cool and I wanted to try it on The Sims. So that's what we're doing today, and we already placed the shell of the house, and then I went underneath the shell and placed the basement. So I actually am placing the mirrors on the basement level, as you can see there, and I'm lifting them up to where you can see them on like above the ground. And that's basically just so that my door will be functional, and it is functional. It's play tested and it worked completely fine. I did try to delete the basement after that because I wanted it to be the smallest tiny house possible, like a tier 1. But I had to go back and add the basement back in because otherwise when you download it off the gallery or you place it off the gallery, the mirrors weren't being placed with it, if that makes sense. So anyway, I had to add the basement back. So this is a tier 2 tiny home. And then on the ceiling, I used the tool mod, of course, to manipulate the mirrors to where they were laying flat. But I had to go back and delete them and re-add them to the top just because I think that I had originally placed the mirrors on the ground floor level, so they weren't wanting to disappear when I dropped the floor down. But that's fixed now. I went on and just added them back to the second floor and it worked totally fine. So that is the shell of this invisible house. We're going to go back and do some landscaping in a little bit, but I'm decorating the interior first. I actually don't know if I even recorded me decorating the landscaping because I feel like I have never built a whole lot in the snow, and it's really hard for me to like visualize how a build will look like when the snow isn't there or like the winter season is over. I don't know, it's been really weird to get used to building in winter. So I actually bounced back and forth on the landscaping, and I may have done some of the landscaping maybe in the spring of another game. I'm not sure. I was really stressing how this build would look without the winter season. Also, that's another thing because I actually am building this as a base game only build, and I knew I was going to upload it as a base game only build, and then people who don't have seasons, I was afraid of how it would look. So that's basically, I think, why I cut the landscaping out, but I actually built this a couple weeks ago, so I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. This is, I'm actually building in Windenburg because I really like this lot, but it's a 20 by 20 lot, and there, of course, are no 20 by 20 lots in the base game. So I'm actually uploading this to the gallery on a 20 by 15 lot just in case someone who isn't, very familiar, if they wanted to download it, they would be able to download it with no problem. So anyway, this is a base game only build. I don't know how that happened. It probably would have been easier if I had just went with it, but for some reason this one came really easily as a base game build, so I just went with that anyway. I hope you guys like it. It's a little bit of a weird build. As you can tell, we're on the interior and it's got one single bed, and then this little enclosed area is the bathroom area, and then we're gonna have like a really small kitchen, but it's like a full kitchen. It has a oven and a refrigerator and a sink, so it has everything you need. And like I said, this house is functional. I did play test it and everything worked fine. I actually am not sure that I play tested the kitchen. Sometimes I get tired in the middle of play testing, but for the most part, it's functional if you guys are interested in it. As you can see, this is the tiny little bathroom. It's very, very small. But yeah, it's a pretty simple build. I wanted to focus on the outside, of course, but I tried to make the inside as cozy as possible. It's not a starter home. You would think, as small as it is, that it would be a starter home, but I went a little bit over budget. I want to think it's around 40,000 simoleons, so it's a little bit too expensive for a single sim starter home. But if you guys like it, maybe you don't care about that kind of stuff. Hopefully you guys do like it. I really like the way it turned out. I feel like it kind of does give the illusion of an invisible house, but you guys can let me know what you think down below in the comments. I always love hearing from you guys. And if you do have any questions or suggestions for future builds, definitely let me know in the comments. And yeah, this is basically this build. I know it's been a really long time since I had a new build out. Hopefully that's going to change. I'm going to try very hard to do daily uploads for a little while. So I don't know how well that's going to go. Usually I struggle with that, but hopefully it'll work out. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this build, and I will talk to you guys soon.